there's a mist coming in, like something is brewing, and about to begin. Can't put me finger on what lies in store, but if it was to happen, will happen before. A father, a mother, a daughter, a son. The threads of their lives are all around and undone. Something is needed to twist on as tight as a string you might use when you're flying a kite. Chim chimney, chim chim, chiree chim charoo.
Hurry up, Jane, let's run!
I'm not kidding with the flight. You have to do your lesson.
I can't do my lessons if I'm flying a kite.
And you can't make us. You're only a nanny.
Boy, how are you doing, Dad? Come along now. Boy, come here.
Good morning, Bert!
Oh, good morning, Miss Stark, and how's everybody doing today?
Oh, very well. Thank you, Bert. Really?
By Jove, is that the curious Mr. Lark I spy on the horizon?
Oh, Admiral. Really?
Morning, Admiral. How's it looking?
Dark clouds gathering into the 17th. The storm warning's over.
Go on hunting's byways, ride off me cap. This one's the hardest to find on a map. Cherry Tree Lane, as sweet as a song, but the nannies who come here, they stay for long. Chim chimney, chim chim, cherry chim charoo.
Katie,
Those beasts have run away from me for the last time.
and who gets stuck with the children with no nanny in the house? Me, that's who.
I've said my say, Mrs. Brill, and that's all I'll say. I'm done with this house forever.
Well, good riddance then, and mind you don't stumble on your way out.
Katie Nana! Where are you going? Katie Nana!
Katie Nana's gone, and is it tender you wonder? Do you even have to mention what your children's friends?
Do you really think I made another blunder? What of them I say to Mr. Banks? George, dear, I'm feeling so bereft, dear. Another nanny's left, dear. Every nanny goes, we're unlucky, I suppose. We are never going to find a nanny.
Nonsense! Precision in order, that's all that I ask. The running of a household, the straightforward task. The children, the servants, are all your domain, whilst I remain the sovereign of Cherry Tree Lane. Quote, the simple truth is, we've engaged 6 nannies in the last 4 months, and they've all been unqualified disasters. A nanny should govern, a nanny should rule. A nanny is a paragon who suffers no fool. A nanny's a stalwart our children would gain by having such a nanny in Cherry Tree Lane.
Yes, of course. But
So take control of situations. Show your authority when interviewing staff. You know your role. They know their stations. Efficiency and forethought cut the jobs in half. Briefcase.
I thought Katie Nana would be fine with the children. She always looks so cross.
Winifred, never confuse efficiency with a liver complaint. Umbrella.
If I would find someone like your old nanny.
I'm afraid that's not realistic, my dear. Few women alive manage Miss Andrews' standards of efficiency. And besides, you can never afford someone of her caliber.
Precision and order, he wants nothing less. It's like an army barracks, yes, and we're in the mess. No wonder the nannies are drinking insane. We're living in a madhouse in Cherry Tree Lane.
Now, Winifred, if you do want to please me,
You know I do, George.
very well, then place an advertisement in the Times stating that Jane and Michael Banks require the best possible nanny at the lowest possible wages.
We're going to get the law for making another mistake.
I would stress that.
Father, what's that you're holding, dear? We've written our own advertisement.
Oh, what on earth?
Perhaps we should hear it.
Now, Winifred, none of your theatrics.
Wanted, a nanny for two adorable children.
Oh, well, that's debatable.
If you want this choice position, have a cheery disposition, rosy cheeks, no warts,
That's the part I put in.
play games, all sorts. You must be kind, you must be witty, very sweet and very pretty.
With all the ridiculousness.
Please, take us on outings, give us treats.
Sing songs, bring sweets. Never be cross or cruel. Never feed us castor oil or gruel.
Love us as the sun and daughter.
And never smell of holy water. I put that bit in too.
If you won't scold and dominate us, we will never give you fools to hate us. We won't hurt your spectacles so you can see.
Put Timothy in your bed. Or pepper in your tea.
Hurry, Nanny, many thanks sincerely. Jane,
And Michael. Thanks.
Well, that's quite enough tummy rot for one day. Now, will you please go upstairs and let me get to work?
we were only trying to be
It
helpful.
won't help anyone to make me late. Now, where's my hat?
George, dear.
Hat!
Hat. I thought I put it down here. Hat.
Hat.
I'm sure a roller sack can simply disappear. Do you think they'll find a nanny who doesn't turn away?
He brushed it with boot polish.
Susan and order, that's all that I ask. The running of the household, a straightforward task. The children, the servants, are all your domain.
Once I remain the sovereign, mind you use the day well.
He remains a sovereign.
I'll be home at 6 o'clock sharp.
He remains a sovereign of Cherry Lane. Good morning.
Yes?
I've come in answer to the advertisement.
What advertisement? You haven't placed any advertisement. At least not yet.
George and Winifred Banks live here, do they not?
Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Banks live here.
And you are looking for a nanny?
Well, I suppose,
Very
but
well then. Now, let me see. Play games, all sorts, which I most certainly can. Take us on outings, give us treats. Michael, it's our advertisement. Rosy cheeks and fairly pretty. There's no objection on that score, I hope.
oh, not at all.
I'm glad to hear it.
But, take it up with Mrs. Banks. She manages all that sort of thing. Nothing domestic has anything to do with me. And don't forget the references.
I make it a rule never to give references. But I thought they were usual. Very old-fashioned idea to my mind. The best people never require them now.
Oh, I see. Well, you have every third Thursday at 5 until 9.
The best people give every second Wednesday from 6 until 8, ma'am. And that is what I shall take.
I see. Well, it's all settled then.
As long as I am satisfied. I'll see the children now, thank you.
Yes, of course. You'll find they're very nice children. This is,
Married Poppins. Jane, don't stare. And close your mouth, Michael. We are not a codfish. Best foot forward, spit spot.
Sprill. We have a new nanny.
She passed her interview then?
For I did. responsible for this.
Mrs. Grissom.
Me, I am. I like to keep things neat.
Do you indeed? Well, I look forward to making use of that. If there's one thing I appreciate, it's a child whose word I can depend on. Who's she when she's at home?
That's Valentine. She's mine.
From the look on her face, I'm not sure she'd agree with you.
Well, she's just a doll, and I don't want to play with her now.
Treat her like that, and she may not want to play with you. Now, first things first. I've always said the proper place to hang a hat is on a hat stand.
But there's nothing in it.
We'd better keep an eye on this one. She's tricky.
Mary Poppins, how could you possibly know if we wanted a nanny when we made our list?
Your list? I'm not an item in the weekly shop, thank you very much. Well,
How did you come there? It was as if the wind just blew in here.
it did. Now, stand over there. Just as I thought. A noisy, mischievous, troublesome little boy.
You're making that up. A noisy, mischievous child.
Now you. Thoughtless, short-tempered, and untidy.
I didn't believe you. Let me see.
By the time the wind has blown, the weather vane around, I'll show you if I can. No matter what the circumstance, for one thing I'm renowned. My character is spit, spot, spick, and span.
Your motivation, Mary Poppins.
I'm practically perfect in every way.
Practically perfect.
So people say, each virtue virtually knows no bound. Each trait is great and patently sound. I'm practically perfect from head to toe. If I had a fault, it would never dare to show. I'm so practically perfect in every way. How lovely. Both prim and proper and never too stern. Well educated, yet willing to learn. I'm clean and honest, my manner refined. And I wear shoes of the sensible kind. I suffer no nonsense, and whilst I remain, there's nothing else I feel I need explain. I'm practically perfect in every way. Practically perfect, that's my forte. Uncanny nannies are hard to find. Unique yet meek, unspeakably kind. I'm practically perfect, looks like this soil. Running like an engine that's just been freshly oiled. I'm so practically perfect in every way. Well, those are my credentials. Perhaps you have a few questions.
Not temperamental,
Never.
not grouchy or gruff.
The very thought.
Will you stay tender when the going gets tough?
Quite the contrary.
Do you read stories without a
I does what I likes, and I likes what I do. Today I'm a screever, and as you can see, a screever's an artist of highest degree. And it's all me own work, for me own memory.
Oh, Ronnie, not these again.
Oh, come on, Mr. Parkkeeper. It's just me pictures like it always is. There's no harm in them.
I'll be the judge of that. This is my park, and I say you're interfering with the public rally. I want them removed. That is, just you watch it, that's all. Just you watch it.
Stay right where you are. I'm a southern Mary Poppins.
It's good to see you, Bert.
But I must say you do look swell.
How does he know you? He can't know you. You've only just arrived.
I wasn't born 1 minute before I walked into your house, Michael Banks. Have you met these two, Bert?
Oh, I've seen about chasing a kite.
It isn't a real kite.
So, what are you up to?
Mary Poppins says it's a game. It's called a walk in the park.
Some guy, I'd rather eat spinach.
Come on, Bert. You're due for a break. And besides, you promised you'd take me out when we met again. Have you forgotten?
Of course I ain't married, but
Oh, is that all you've got? Never mind then. My treat. And no one's charging for the trees in the sky, are they? Mary Poppins, is he really coming with us? Why shouldn't he? Well, to start with, he's very dirty, isn't he? Father would never approve.
what's that?
You can't come with us. You're too dirty and we don't want to go to the stinky park anyway.
Oh yes, you do, because when you walk with Mary Poppins, you go places you never dreamed of. And if she says it's a game, she's got something in mind. You can be certain of that.
That's a picture of the park, isn't it?
That's not the park. Not our park anyway. Look, the trees are much brighter green and the sky's quite a different blue.
I think you'll picture just the way I've drawn it. All that it takes is a spark. Then something, plain as a park, becomes a wonderland. All you have to do is look anew, then you'll understand. Why, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Mary makes your heart so light.
Really?
When the day is grey and ordinary, Mary makes the sun shine bright.
Do talk nonsense.
Oh, happiness is blooming all around her. The daffodils are smiling at the
I
dove.
haven't the faintest idea
When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band.
You've enough grass for all of us.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Now come along, Mary.
Boring, just like other nannies thinking parks are gonna bust. It's just statues and grannies. I didn't understand all the fuss. Is she doing it to spy us? Perhaps it's all the plot.
I'll tell you what, she thinks so different part of that.
She's not. There is nothing to excite us in the world. What was that?
You're quite wrong, you know.
Who are you?
I'm Helios. Sure you know that. You sound really often enough. I've been half a century. Take a walk on a sunny day like this.
I need a glorious day, bright as a morning in May.
I feel like I could fly. Have you ever seen grass so green or a blue sky?
Blue sky. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Better days are
Nothing's ever set in stone.
Morning, Mary.
Morning, Constable.
Well, I must say, you do look tip-top.
Thank you, Matt. And you may.
Each man has with his dog will stand a dog to see a statue take a gentle jog.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary.
No wonder that it's Mary that we love.
It's a jolly holiday with you, Matt. Gentlemen like you are few. Though you're just a diamond in the rough, Matt. Underneath your blood, God's blood is blue. You never think of pressing your advantage. Forbearance is the hallmark of your creed. The lady needn't fear when you are near. The sweet gentility is crystal clear.
It's crystal clear.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with
It's
you.
a jolly holiday, a jolly, jolly holiday with you. Let's go for a jaunty sometime. Our bound to make a mark. Looks like all of us are born to take our role in the park. It's a jolly holiday with Mary. Sometime Mary makes your heart serenade. When she says lady goes to Mary, water take makes the sunshine bright. Oh, happiness is moving all around us. The daffodils are standing at the door. When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. After that, Mary nothing's lost. No wonder that it's Mary that is
Diamond, that really just happened?
Yes, but how? Mary Poppins, of course.
How do you know Mary?
She is an old friend of my father.
Your father? Your statue. You can't have a father.
Well, if that's true, then why do I miss him so much? Isn't he one of the other statues? No, he lives far away from here. Do you really miss him? Well, wouldn't you miss your father if you hardly ever saw him?
I'd have to think about that.
That's it. That's it. It's what it is. What? The tomb is empty. The statue's gone.
Do you mean you've lost your marbles?
This is your fault, Nathan. I knew you had trouble when you first arrived. Now we've got a statue, Miss... What? Oh, Mommy.
Are you playing with us again? Of course I will. I'm not going anywhere. Then we'll see you soon. Goodbye, Julius. Goodbye.
Come right along in.
Good night, Jane. Good night, Michael. Good night, Mary.
Good night, Bert.
Jane and Michael would like to say goodnight.
Tell them you've given me the message.
Todd, please.
Oh, darling, we've had a fantastic day. We danced with the statue, sang with the busker, and met Queen Victoria. You wouldn't have approved.
Well, if you knew that, then why did you do it?
Daddy, can I have a kite, a proper one?
Could you fly it?
You could always teach me.
Now, when would I have time to do that?
Daddy, who is the father of Nelius?
Will you please let me get on? Good night.
Poor Michael, all he cares about is flying kites and his beloved astronomy, of course.
I used to love astronomy at his age, but my nanny Miss Andrew soon beat it out of me.
I suppose we do need a nanny. It's out of the question to do without one.
Oh, don't be absurd. Of course we need a nanny. All the best people have nannies, so that the wives can do the charity work and entertain. Which reminds me, how is your tea party coming?
I don't know. It seems rather odd to send out invitations to people I hardly know.
But there are people you should know, Winifred. Remember, by your friends shall ye be judged.
And that's the point. They're not my friends. Actually, I heard today from Connie Bunton. She's rehearsing in a theatre production, and I thought I might ask
How
her.
many times must I tell you? I wish you to sever all connections with that part of your life.
George, I was an actress. Lots of people might find that interesting. Please talk as if I should be ashamed of it.
Well, it's not exactly something to be proud of. Winifred, dear, I'm only thinking of you. I want people to admire you, to respect you.
I know, but sometimes it's hard.
It's not hard. It's your job to be Mrs. Banks,
And what's your job?
to pay for everything. What is it?
I was only going to kiss you.
Oh. Oh, all right. Are you going to say something to Mary Poppins about this afternoon?
I don't think so.
Very well. But just make sure she's doing things our way and not hers. What's good are rules? If you can bend them, we need a nanny who is disciplined and stern. With boys and girls, you don't befriend them. I fear that Mary Poppins has a lot to learn.
Being Mrs. Banks should be an easy role, and yet it's one which I don't seem too good at on the whole. I have a comfy home, I have a simple life, I have a name which tells the world I'm someone else's wife. Being Mrs. Banks, what does that entail? Facing tests of character, I always seem to fail.
was small, just learned a trade. So I learned them all. Chim chimney, chim chim, chirry chim charoo.
Morning, Rex. Walking the decks today, I see.
Gotta keep the street ship shape, Admiral.
Now tell me, how are things going over 17? All things sailing with Mary Poppins, I trust?
There's some rough weather on that voyage, Admiral.
Miss Locke, with those children needed, there's a touch of the captain and learn on the yacht.
No, what those children need, Admiral, is a touch of happiness. Willoughby!
Miss Brill, do not make the sandwiches too early. They will get stale before the guests arrive.
Everything is under control, ma'am.
What about the cake?
Cooling on the tray, waiting to be iced.
And you're quite sure you know how to ice it?
Quite sure, and in case you're worried, I have not been mistaken by the fairies for a total nincompoop.
No.
No.
Well, I'll just go and check on the drawing room then.
I'd like to be helpful. I'd like to be rich, but the good Lord thought otherwise.
Mother wants you in the drawing room.
Does she indeed? Well, she can't have me. I've got enough on my plate as it is.
Well, she says you can tell Robinson Hyde what to do.
Does she indeed? Well, why don't I go have a smoke near the gasworks for good measure? Mrs. Brill, I don't mind honest. All right, I give you one task, and one task only. And so help me if you get this wrong, I will swing for you and sing as they pull the lever. What is it? Put the icing tools next to the cake. And I'll need a bowl of hot water to warm them. I will make the icing as soon as I get back. Icing tools, cake, bowl of hot water. I will make the icing as soon as I'm back. Now, do you think you can manage that? Is that all? For you? Yes. For me? No. Once the cake's done, I have the sandwiches because Madam doesn't want them to be stale, so I can't start them until there is no time left to finish them. I swear, a slave in ancient Rome was on a pleasure cruise compared to my life in this house.
Well, to just stand there, Robinson Hyde.
Right. No.
What are you looking for?
A bowl for the hot water.
Michael, why don't we make the icing?
Because we don't know how.
Don't be so feeble. Get the eggs. If Mrs. Brill can do it, it can't be that hard.
Are there eggs in icing?
There are mine.
I don't think Mrs. Brill will.
But that you get guilty of great ingratitude.
Is it supposed to look like that?
It doesn't look like that when Mrs. Brill does it.
Don't be impertinent and get me the cake.
Honestly, Miss Jane, I was only trying to be helpful. If you would just...
I don't think that will be necessary, ma'am. How can you be so unkind? When you know how much this tea party means to me, you two deserve some very nasty medicine. Just you wait until bedtime.
Oh, I don't think we should wait until then, ma'am. Why don't you go on up and get changed? We'll clear up, won't we?
But we're not ill and I'm not taken. You can't make me.
In that, as in so many things, your information is faulty. Open.
But it's strawberry ice.
Now you.
I'm not quite sure I like strawberry ice.
I'm not quite sure I care. Open.
But it's non-cordial.
Now off we go, you two. Michael, I know you like to keep things neat. Jane.
I told you she was tricky.
Must be. Can't opposite I do it when he wakes up? He is a servant.
With that attitude, you will go through a lot of life with a lot of staff before you're very old. And besides, in every job that must be done, there's an element of fun. You find the fun and snap, the job's a game.
Come on, children.
Your guess? Not coming. None of them. Do you think we chose the wrong dates?
No, ma'am. I think you asked the wrong people.
In the most delightful way.
Wait a minute, Daddy. I thought we could play our next game.
What game?
I call it a visit to the bank.
That's not a game. Did Daddy agree?
If he did, he must have put the idea in his head somehow. What an impertinent thing to say. Me putting ideas into other people's heads. Really?
Decision in order. Cards in a wheel. Opening a ledger. Closing a deal. Prudent investment. Financial sense. Our perfect ray of sunshine. Pounds, shillings, and pence. Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Good morning. Great men have dreams of power and position, and it's our job to back them to the hilt. For shrewd investment and advice, they'll pay our price. The bedrock on which banks are built. Banks, a word. The Sierra Bonus is coming in again today. Have you made your decision?
I believe so, sir.
Good, good. You sure it's the right one?
Every transaction, credit or debt, sheets are all well balanced, targets are met.
Everything, no objection to that. My security is more than happy, but in Latin America is an expanding market. What does it matter having no courage?
But, Mr. Von Hustler, what I haven't been able to grasp is, what exactly is your final product?
What do you think of money, of course?
Yes, money, but I wonder, making money out of money, is that enough?
Are you man enough to be a banker? A man has dreams of building an empire, to make his name in many distant lands, and in the middle of a goal, to strive that is a chance with our
Assessing the market, limit the risk, little room for error, business is brisk, 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 brisk.
If you come to your decision, Mr. Banks, there's a ton of good people whose future depends on you.
I know that.
Give us this chance, you won't regret it. The factory could be running in weeks and expanding before the year's out. Please, Mr. Banks, I've given everything I've got, believe me.
I do believe you, Mr. Northbrook, and I've tried to find a way, but there's just not the collateral.
What about my work, folks? Decent men who want a better life than my collateral.
I'm busy.
Yeah, we're not yet. No man should be too busy for his own children. What have you come here for, young man? Have you come here for some money as well?
Hardly. What would they need money for?
It's never too early to learn its value.
I know the value of this. 6 pence.
No, that's its worth. Its value is how you spend it. May you do good and may you have good luck.
And what do you say to Mr. Northbrook?
Thank you.
I'll wait outside.
Mary Poppins, what is the meaning of this? I am not without a sense of humor.
Aren't you, Daddy?
No, I am not. But when I was a little boy, I would have never have dared to interrupt my father when he was working.
Well,
But my nanny, Miss Andrew, kept me out of my father's way, and he'd have been very upset if she hadn't.
What about your mother?
I shouldn't think I saw either of them more than once a week.
Didn't they mind?
Mind? They were glad to be rid of me.
Then who kissed you goodnight? Miss Andrew?
Oh, certainly not. There is no time for hugs or kisses or any of that soppy nonsense. What's the matter?
Poor Daddy.
Poor? What do you mean, poor? That's what made me the man I am today. Right, Mary Poppins?
Yes, I'm afraid it did.
That's enough. You've seen my work, and I have a great deal to do.
Daddy, when you invest the bank's money, what are you looking for? A good man? Or a good idea?
I suppose I should say it's a good idea. But a good man is much more rare and much more valuable.
Come along, children.
I've considered your arguments, Mr. Von Hustler, but I'm afraid the answer is no.
So you both recognize a good idea?
Perhaps not, but I recognize a good man when I see one.
You were reckless there, Banks.
A man with dreams that life hasn't broken. A man with hopes and missions to fulfill. A man you're certain at first glance deserves a chance. Now, Miss Northbrook, when exactly could you have your factories open?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Banks. You won't regret it.
tell her yourself.
Isn't that Miss Locksley Willoughby? Don't interrupt when someone's barking. You were saying? Really? Well, she keeps wandering off like that. Perhaps it would be better if you kept hold of her.
Willoughby!
Oh, look, here she comes now.
Willoughby! It's all right. Mommy's here. You know, you almost think that he could talk.
But, can Willoughby really talk?
Of course he can. Hearing us stops the problem.
How do you learn to talk dog?
How do you think? Master the grammar
Practice when you can.
and avoid morals.
Far too much say.
Now come along, I can't stand here all day talking shop.
Talking shop? What a silly expression.
There's nothing silly about it in the least.
What do you boy in a talking shop?
Conversations, of course.
Well, I've never seen a talking shop.
Well, there is only one, and it belongs to Mrs. Corey.
Who's Mrs. Corey?
Who's Miss Corey? Oh, Miss Corey is older than anyone in the whole world. She talked to Billy before I went conquering, to Vlad before I went tailing, and to Alexander when he weren't so great.
We'll have to call it a shop in the park.
There is no shop in the park.
Remember, anything can happen if you let it.
That's it. I've run out of conversation.
Good day to you, Mrs. Corey.
Well, well, well. Good to meet Mary Poppins. Good day to Michael Banks.
She knows us?
And how's poor little Georgie?
Who?
Georgie Banks, your father. He used to give his daddy the slip and come in here in my shop in secret.
It can't have been the same, George Banks. That would have been almost 40 years ago, and no one can remember back that far.
Listen, dearie, I remember everything. And Georgie used to love my gingerbread. Let's see if we have any left today. Annie, Fanny, look lively.
Yes, Mother.
There you are. Gingerbread pieces, gingerbread stars. Georgie always used to say it's his stars. So what can I do for you today, Mary Poppins?
We've come for an ounce of conversations.
Well, I'm afraid I'm out of conversations. And I'm right out of words, too. See, we've had a lot of chatterboxes in here today. So let's see what we have left. Well, we do have some letters. And a bit of back chat, too. And that's you say? Go on, take your pick.
Jane, you can choose 7.
I've got a D, G, R, U, C, L, underline.
Those are no good. You can't make a conversation out of them.
Your turn, Michael. 7 more.
I got an A, F, S, E, T, L, and P.
Then I'll choose an X. Now, what words can we make?
Well, I see dog and cat.
Wrong words, that's 9.
I will look into first. That's 11. Nearly that.
Those don't count. You make them up.
Where do you think words come from? Someone has to make them up.
You know, you can always use the same letters more than once. Now let me see. Super, caliph, rationalistic, expialidocious.
That's not a word.
Of course it's a word, and unless I'm very much mistaken, it's going to prove a rather useful one. When trying to express oneself, it's frankly quite absurd. Dueling through lengthy lexicons to find the perfect word. A little spontaneity keeps conversations keen. You need to find a way to say precisely what you mean. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious.
mighty monoliths.
The ancient Greeks on satin would have used it in their myths.
I'm sure the Roman Empire only entered the abyss because his Latin soul has never had a word like this. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say it softly, the effect can be hypnosis.
Check your breath before you speak in cases halitosis.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. No, you can say it backwards, which would be Docious-Alexpistic-Fragicalorupus.
She may be tricky, but she's bloody good.
So when the cat is caught your tongue, there's no need for dismay. Just summing up this word and then you've got a lot to say.
Pick out those ancient continents at 60,000 width and put them in an order that is very hard to spell.
S-U-P-E-R
Oh,
C-A-L-I-F
yes,
R-A-G-I-L
it.
I-S-T-S-E-X-P-I-A-L-I-D M-C-I-O-U-S
Smarty Max.
S-U-P-E-R C-A-L-I-F R-A-G-I-L I-S-T-I-C-E-X-P-I-A-L-I-D M-C-I-O-U-S
Here we go. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. 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 Exactly what they're bringing. Good news or bad, happy or sad, the pendulum keeps swinging.
Right, now stand back. You are never to come near this vase, nor no one else but me neither. That is
muscle. Do not breathe. Do you hear me?
I might as well be dead.
Don't give me any ideas.
I gained his name, I changed his name, but still the road is long. And though the ant will fly a kite, sometimes the wind's too strong.
George, what's happened? Are you ill?
No, should I be?
Of course not, only why on earth are you home so early? Is everything all right?
No, everything's all wrong.
My dear, what is it?
If you must know, today at work I refused some German chap a loan. It seems he went to our chief rivals, they gave him the money, and now it's turned into a gold mine.
Well, I can't expect you to get it right every time.
Can't they? That's exactly what they expect.
Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud
That
enough.
is more than loud enough. Upstairs now.
But we were just...
I don't care what you were just. Upstairs. Where's my briefcase? I put it here. Michael? Jane? Oh, will you give it to me? Must I put up with this behavior? You're their mother. Why can't you do something about it?
I prefer not shouting for a start.
Mary Poppins, you are here to teach these children manners. And just look at them. They're a pair of little savages. If I had my way, you'd be out of this house by this...
George, you're tired! Don't bring the children down tonight. Mr. Banks is quite exhausted. Perhaps you could keep them occupied.
Hope you haven't forgotten, ma'am. Tonight is my evening out.
What? My dear, I have forgotten. I suppose the best people wouldn't ask you to change your plans.
No, ma'am, they wouldn't.
Thought not.
It's not fair. Daddy loses his temper and we're shut up in the nursery. Daddy's mean and rotten. I hate him.
Jane, take her back, Vincent. I will not have you criticize your father.
Why not? He criticizes you. Last week he said you were neither use nor ornament.
How dare you?
I heard him say it and so did you.
Sometimes people say things they don't really mean. Take the children upstairs, Mary Poppins. George,
What does it now?
I thought you might like to talk about it.
What would be the point?
Perhaps I could help.
Now don't be ridiculous.
George, if you have troubles, I'd like to share them.
Don't worry, you will. The fact is, I've been suspended by the bank without a salary until they can decide what to do with me.
Twists and turns, ups and downs. One moment smiles, next moment frowns. The bad-tempered faces better change quick, 'cause if the wind changes, the faces just might stick. Chim chimney, chim chim, chimney chim chum.
She's a doll, silly. She can't do anything.
Now into bed at once. But we haven't had a milk. There were no bots and no milk either. If you can't learn to be good, you might as well be sorry. I wish you'd just leave us alone. Be careful what you wish for. Poor Valentine. Go inside and make yourself presentable.
Well, I won't go to sleep and you can't make me.
In that, as in so many things, your information is faulty. Playing the game, taking your turn. Some children lose, some children learn. Treat the toys nicely and maybe they'll treat you the same. Playing the game. Are you feeling any better, Valentine?
Up where the smoke is all billowy and curled, between pavement and stars is a chimney sweep world, where there's hardly no day, hardly no night, 'cause things are in shadows in our ways of night. On the rooftops of London, woo, what a sight!
Oh, so you're a sweep now, are you?
Best view in the world, eh? You get to see it. The birds, the stars, and the chimney sweeps. Nothing to beat it, eh? Now as the ladder of life has been strung, you may think of sweeps on the bottom house run. Though I spent me time in the ashes in smoke, in this all wide world, there's no happier bloke. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chimney. The sweep is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo.
Uphill road walk when he shakes hands with you.
Oh, below me a kiss.
Hush.
In that's lucky too. Does this mean you're going now?
The wind has changed.
Oh, but they're good kids, Mary.
Would I be bothering with them if they weren't? But I can't help them if they won't let me. And there's no one so hard to teach as the child who knows everything.
So,
So they've got to do the next bit on their own.
chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiree.
You're with the sweet, you're in glad company. Goodbye, Bert.
Chim, chim, chim chim chiree. When you're with a sweet, you're glad company. Nowhere is there more happier crew than these that seems chim chim, chiree chim chiroo. Chim chimney, chim chim, chiree chim cha.
Cheerio, Bert. Keep an eye on them for me.
She can't have loved us.
Oh, yes, she can. And she's taken all of the toys.
What does the note say?
What in the name of heaven are you two doing out here?
Where's Mary Poppins?
Gone.
Gone. Well, if that doesn't take the blooming biscuit.
Mrs. Prue, what does au revoir mean?
Why?
Because that's what she's written in this note. Dear Jane and Michael, keep playing the games. Au revoir, Mary Poppins.
It's French, I know that. Does it mean God bless you? Or is it good luck? No, I remember now. Till we meet again. Now come inside before the two of you catch your death. As tidy as I can make it now.
If you knew how hard it was
at the best of times. I hate surprises.
It's not this one, George. I do believe you can proud of me once. Precision and order is perfect and true. And really make a difference. I found her for you. You think things have done and never regret. I hope you can be proud in cherry tree lane. Hurry everyone into the hall. I want to define everything. Spin, spot, spin, and stick and turn. A sense of excitement is what to rotate. Wonder is returning. So is returning. To cherry tree lane. Good morning.
The Holy Terror!
Miss Andrew, it's so lovely to finally meet you. I do hope you had a good journey.
It was fairly unpleasant. I never enjoy travel. You must be poor George's wife. Your flower beds are disgracefully untidy. Take my advice. Plant evergreens, a bed still have nothing better at all. Just a plain cement courtyard.
But dear Miss Andrew, I'm so fond of flowers.
Then you are a very silly woman. Where did George go?
I'm afraid he had a very urgent appointment.
Which no doubt he was late to, as usual. It's not much of a house, is it?
We like it.
But it doesn't take a lot to keep you happy. Look at the dust. There and there. Filth.
Well, we're rather short-staffed at the moment.
Hasn't anyone ever cleaned this house?
No, just
You must be the children. Pity. I don't suppose you know who I am.
Yes, we do. You're the Holy Terror.
Indian boy. You're Jane, I suppose. Why aren't you wearing stockings?
I didn't like them.
What manners? I see we've not a minute to lose. These children have been spoiled. I arrived here just in time. By chance, I brought the punishment that best befits the bride. So now treacle, then call it for oil. Liberal doses of each. These are the treats from which children recoil. The lessons I'm going to teach. Just follow my model and don't let me follow. It may be the earth and you act. So seek satisfaction from units in action. Brimstone and treacle will work. Okay.
Does it taste as bad as it smells?
Let's.
Do I have to?
Okay. Brimstone and treacle, they cobble it so. These are the tools of my trade. With spoonfuls of sugar, don't have the hope of seeing that changes are made. When manners are chronic, my dick just is tonic. That's certain to wipe off the smirk. Just pour out the ration, it may drop the fashion. Brimstone and treacle will work. Your son will go to boarding school at once. As for the girl, I will take charge of myself. I won't stand for whining or waging or whimpering, crying or lying or sobbing or simpering. I hear it clear that it leads to such bad habits. Look. First threatens the bridle, then uncork the bottle. Brimstone and treacle will work. Now show me my room. Brimstone and treacle will work.
She can't stay. They'll have to dismiss her. You know, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm disappointed. Truly I am. I thought it was going to be, yeah, you know, her with the umbrella.
now. Your friend ain't gonna hurt you.
Oh, Bert, it's you.
You're filthy.
Perhaps a smudge or two. It just so happens today on the chimney sweep. So, what's the man who's after you?
The nastiest nanny in the world.
The nastiest nanny in the world, eh? You two should know. You've been through enough of them. Is she really that bad?
She looks like something that would eat its young.
Miss Andrew was Daddy's nanny.
Which explains a lot.
Poor Daddy. Ever since he stopped working, he just sits and mopes. Mary Poppins used to say he could help him, but now I think it's too late.
I tell you what, why don't we start things off with a little shake for good luck?
Why would shaking hands with you bring us luck?
Then why not tell you it's lucky to shake a sweep's hand?
But what do you do if you want luck?
Oh, well, I shake hands myself. Now, what do we got here?
Michael, look! It's a real one! What's the matter? You've always wanted to fly a proper kite.
I've always wanted to fly with Daddy.
Of course you have, but you need to know how it's done. Get some training in, and you'll make him the proudest father in the whole country.
You really think that? You're not just saying that.
Did I say the country? To have him an empire more like. With tuppence for paper and strings, you can have your own set of wings. With your feet on the ground, you're a bird in flight, with your feet standing tight to the string of your kite. Oh, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite. Instead, it's soaring up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite.
Try again.
Try again.
What's this? What's this? We don't allow it here.
It isn't the time to kite.
No kite, is it? I bet it is. I've flown a kite since I was a boy. Now we'll wind it up, give her a run, and away she'll go.
I want to do it.
Would you let me help? Well, chooses. I haven't flown a kite since I was a boy.
All right.
When you send it flying up there, well then doing it lighter than air. You can dance on the trees over houses and trees, with your face down and tight to the string of your kite.
Oh, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite.
I can't. It's stuck.
I'll help.
Let me.
You can do it for one more time.
Mary Poppins, I hear you come back. Don't squeeze. I'm not a sardine in a tin. And where are your coats? We didn't have time to look around. And why not, may I ask?
Because we've run away.
Have you indeed? It's just been so awful since we went away and Miss Andrews called it Daddy's wound, and we never helped him like we wanted us to. We were too stupid to say.
Oh my eye, but your life's a tragedy. Now let's go home and don't dawdle.
But she's there. She came this morning as a surprise for Daddy.
Did she? Maybe I'll be a surprise for her. That was a lovely greeting, Bert.
I meant to know your set was so nice.
You really are. Welcome back, Mary Poppins.
See, I told you they're gonna get married.
And I told you they were worth bothering with.
Now see here, it's against the regulations coming down from the sky like that. Where from, I'd like to know? Where from?
If I were a park keeper, I would wear my cap and fix my collar. Come along, children.
Aren't you going to speak lines with Bert for luck?
No,
matter, but memories stay. The things that really matter, I've lost on the way. The sovereign, the master, long may he reign. Famous good for nothing, of Cherry Tree Lane.
Going the way I can right now. That's my sin. They've had it.
But this time they're not being naughty. I'm afraid I've made them unhappy. I'm afraid I've made everyone unhappy.
They'll do it all. Can't you worry?
George, dear, I know it hurts your pride, dear, but you can't just run and hide, dear. Why can't you see that I'm here, and I am on your side? Whenever you spoke of Miss Andrew, you showered the woman with praise. But now that I've met dear Miss Andrew, there's one or two things I've rephrased. To think you raised my head monster and carried that burden through life. If only you could see that you could share it with your wife. Being Mrs. Banks, it's easy to forget the way I felt that summer's day, the day that we first met. Being Mrs. Banks, being kissed by you, a man of dreams who made me feel that wishes could come true. And now, although we had lost, it's time that we close the race. I'll fight for the man who needs freeing, the real you who no one is seeing, and you'll find a way of just being Mr.
Perhaps she's killed everyone. Perhaps they're all dead.
Not like that, you stupid boy!
Well, they're not all dead. What's that noise? It's a bird. I might have known. Did you? Well, frankly, that's not a surprise. Locked in this cage and not free in the skies for 2 years. How shameful. Yes, of course, I feel I know well. An hour alone, your wings will grow stronger. Once you are free from the cell.
What kind of bird is it?
It's a lark. You have seen a lark in a cage for the first time and the last. My pleasure. Oh, don't mention it.
I'm moving downstairs to fetch Caruso my buck. You stay here and clean the grate again. So, you decided to go crawling back, have you? Well, I know what's needed now. Brimstone and cream, my favorite litter. That will make runaway stuff. Impudent children responding like when every last drop.
Is this what you're looking for?
Who are you? I'm Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins, but it's left out of notice.
And I've come back
have you here? You left without a word of warning. How do I know you won't do it again?
You don't.
Oh.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Constable, I'm very sorry to have bothered you, but they're all back and safe now.
Not all.
What?
There. We found this one walking in the park. Good night.
George,
Where is she?
Miss Andrew, she left.
Left? But how?
She might have thought we were rude.
Rude to Miss Andrew. Well, I can't forgive it, but I'll try to forget. In fact, I'd have given you a sixpence if I had one.
If you haven't noticed, Mary Poppins is back.
Is she? Well, I wonder if I might have a word. I'm not going to beat about the bush. Things have not gone well since you left us, and
About my wages, sir. If you don't mind, I won't take any just now. I should prefer to let them accrue.
oh, Dr. Mary Poppins, if you only knew how many peanuts we're accruing as is.
It's all settled then.
It is. Now, I must get started. Jane, Michael, spit spot. Train's playing up again. Or is Mrs. Brill cooking?
Come on, darling. You made the wrong decision. But how bad can that be? After so many years of good service.
Winifred, if I'm to be dismissed by the bank, we'll go destitute. The servants will leave, the house will be repossessed, and we'll be out on the frosty curbside with the children.
But we'll still have what really matters. The children and each other.
You're practically perfect in every way. I guarantee. Practically perfect. We hope you'll stay. Uncanny and it's hard to find. Unique yet unspeakably kind. I'm practically perfect, and yet I'm sure there's still room for improvement. Our feeling is pure. Is that like new? And if it is, what's inside of it?
chimney stack looks cold and black against the twilight sky. But never fear, there's warmth up here. Perhaps you'll find out who are.
What do I look like? That's better.
The world is awfully big, isn't it?
And what does that tell you?
That we're small and unimportant.
Oh, speak for yourself. Not us so much. What are troubles? They seem so big down the nursery. What up here?
That's more like it. Troubles will never slow down when you look from the meadow higher up. And always remember, there's plenty of folks up here if you need them.
Who?
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chimney. Now God healing angels you don't often see. And now I heard Tim, black or olive, yeah, the covered in soot and the rough on
Chim chimney, chim chim cherry.
See, it's true.
Brush away the dirt I found. Cobwebs that are swept away. Hang around for years. In all
challenge, eh? Alright.
thing clear.
Yes?
I never explain anything. Come along, children.
It's happened. The chairman wants to see me at the close of business tonight.
Tonight? Well, I'd better come with you. Jog about me and get Chairman a piece of my mind.
That would only make matters worse, my dear. We might as well face it. By this time tomorrow morning, I will have joined the ranks of the unemployed.
Hey, George, are you quite sure?
Quite sure. In fact, we'd better make some plans.
Do you mean your mother's face? Won't you miss it terribly?
Needs must, my dear. We always said we were saving it for a rainy day, and tomorrow it'll set to pour.
George, do be careful. Shall we? You better sit down. Mrs. Brill.
That the dinner cooking?
Don't you start! I don't get all the windows!
Well, I was only going to say that it smells delicious.
The whole world is gone upside down!
Well, I never. So that's why I put them. Stars. Gingerbread stars I had once from my nanny. I always knew I'd put them somewhere no one would ever find them. The trouble was, I couldn't find them either.
They're very bright.
Aren't they? And after all this time, I used to dream that when I grew up, I'd learn everything there was to know about the stars. Funny. I haven't thought about all that in years.
Let me give you a hand.
A man has dreams of walking with giants to carve his niche in the edifice of time. Before the mortar of his zeal has the chance to congeal. The cup is dashed from his lips, the flame is snuffed a morning, and he's brought to rack and ruin in his prime.
Life's wrong, Governor. That's the truth.
You know what I think? It's that Mary Poppins woman. From the moment she came into this house, things began to happen to me. My world was calm, well-ordered, exemplary. Then came this person with chaos in her wake. And now my life and missions go with one fell blow. It's quite a bitter pill to take. It's that Poppins woman. She's responsible for all of this.
I know the very person. And what's the thing she's always saying? A spoonful of sugar, that is all it takes. It changes bread and water into tea and cake. A spoonful of sugar goes a long, long way. So have yourself a healthy helping every day.
Healthy helping of trouble, if you ask me.
Like you say, Governor, you've got to grind, 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 and that grindstone. Their childhood slips like sand through a sieve. And all too soon they up and grow, and then they grow. And it's too late for you to give just that spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Medicine go down. Wait, good luck, Governor.
Good luck to you too, Bert, and thank you.
Father,
What is it?
We've come to say goodnight.
What did you buy with them?
Nothing yet. We kept them. And now we've decided to give them to you.
I suppose Mary Poppins put you up to this?
No, she hasn't said a word about it. Though we know it's been difficult for her lately, and we really haven't been much help.
So we thought a bit of extra cash could loosen things up a bit.
It's a full shilling.
Thank you.
Good night, Daddy. We really do love you, you know.
Jane, do you remember you once asked me who Neleus's father was?
Yes?
It was Poseidon, king of the sea. Good night.
Jelly till you said it.
the bird. Poppins the bat. Poppins, Poppins, Poppins the bat. He's the bird, sir. Only Poppins the bat. Poppins, Poppins, Poppins the bat. Thanks, Cecile.
Come in, Banks. Well, Banks, how did you do it? You tagged down a scheme that was about to pay millions and we want to know more.
When I tell you, I refused Mr. Von Hustle's scheme because it was hollow. It had no substance. It had no product. It had no meaning outside the walls of a bank. Oh yes, he told me about the assets, in profits, in growth, but there is no word about the people. But I know that if a man puts any value on real life, as far as you're concerned, he's a washout. But I tell you, I do value it. In short, gentlemen, George Banks Esquire has rediscovered the human race. I apologize for ruining the bank, but I do not apologize for realizing that there are more important things in life than making money.
Ruining the bank. Ruining the bank. Ruining the bank. My dear chap, what are you talking about? You've saved our bacon. Haven't you heard? Von Hustler's scheme has ruined our rival. You've kept us out of one of the nastiest scandals since records began. We're not asking you for your apologies. We're offering you ours.
Oh my word!
And another thing, do you remember giving a loan to a fellow called Northbrook? Well, he's repaying it in opening 2 new factories. With the percentage that you negotiated, we look set to make a fortune.
Oh my word!
That's just it. We're hoping that you'll tell us how you did it. Just give us the word. It's quite safe with us.
Give you the word? Give you the word? I'll give you the word, alright. Supercalifragilistic expialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you sound precocious. Supercalifragilistic expialidocious. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Now, Banks.
It's not his fault. It's all because of his nanny Cassandra.
The Holy Terror! She told me everything I know.
Then now's your chance to forget it.
That time, he liked to contract. He found the right woman.
No, dear, it's all right. I haven't lost the bank any money at all. In fact, I've made the bank a fortune.
Congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
Yes.
Now, Banks. Madam, we still have business to conduct. Right. Banks, George, by way of recompense, we'd like to offer you the position of senior manager with a salary at double.
Exactly how much has he made you?
Triple. Quadruple your current rate.
Shut your mouth, George. We are not a codfish.
Well,
I accept. But you must understand one thing. From now on, my family comes first.
agreed?
Agreed.
Congratulations.
Oh, Winifred, I'm afraid I've underestimated you. How can you forgive me?
How can you ask?
Well, it was selfish of me to keep you off the stage. You want to go back, I'm sure of it, and I don't mind if you do.
No, I loved it. But I found a new role I rather prefer, and it's going to keep me busy for a very long time.
happen if you let it.
If you reach for the stars, you get all the stars, but we've never walked in. If you reach for the heavens, you get the stars There are the stars.
Well, the constellations too.
Do you indeed? I wonder you don't ask for the moon as well. If you reach for the stars, all you get are the stars. But without the moon, you spin. If you reach for the heavens, you get the stars thrown in. Anything can happen if you let it. Life is out there waiting, so go and get it. Grab it by the collar, seize it by the scruff. Once you started living life, you just can't get enough. Anything can happen, it's official. Here and choose a superficial. Sally for the way we're steering. Obstacle stars disappearing. Go on, chase your dreams, you won't regret it. Anything can happen, anything can happen, anything can happen. If you Nearly decided we'll live happily ever after, won't they? Of course.
Oh, Mary Poppins, that was the best one yet. Being up on the heavens. Will we ever go back?
Yes, someday. Really? Will it be soon? Oh, no. For a very long time. But, you know, we can always keep an eye on the stars until we return. Here.
But it's your telescope.
So it is. Keep it if you like. Present.
Thank you.
Now run along in. It's getting cold.
I love you, Mary Poppins.
You're a fine boy, Michael Banks. And someday, you'll be a fine man.
It makes me so anxious when you talk like that.
Like what?
All gentle and kind and not a bit like you. Be cross, Mary Poppins. Do be cross again.
Is that the thanks I get for the trouble I've taken?
That's better.
That's dainty, bird.
I painted them. They're for you, Mary. It's tonight, isn't it?
Yes, Bert.
Good. Goodbye then, Mary.
Goodbye, Bert. Keep an eye on yourself.
the chain breaks.
There's a note too.
What does this note say?
Michael had the telescope, so this is for you. It's a picture of the three of us.
And she signed it. From Mary Poppins with a good deal of love.
Where is Mary Poppins? She's gone. Gone? How peculiar.
She will be back. Now, what do you think of this?
It's the best I've ever seen.
Could we fly together?
Oh, Daddy!
Mary Poppins won't be coming back. My dear, how do you know such a thing? Because we don't need her. Not anymore. And other families will. Won't they, Daddy?
They will.
Maybe she's right. Maybe we could do that to Nanny from now on.
I think you'd better come and dance with me.
George, this is serious.
Look, wasn't that a shooting star?
Here, here's my testament.
I was right. Wish on it, children. My dearest love.
We won't forget you, Mary Poppins.
We'll never forget.